one of the official photographers.
Shoulders photograph will be taken. You
The
will then be
University
directed
of South
to
Africa
return to your seat.
prides itself for being the African university
For postgraduate and
shaping
undergraduate
futures
diploma
in the
candidates,
service of
you
humanity.
will also be wearing your hoods
We
before
congratulate
entering the
all
hall.
our students
You will
for
be
having
signaled by a
walked this
graduations
journey with
officer
us.
to rise and approach
today,
the stage.
we celebrate
You
you
need to have your seat
for having
ticket in
successfully
your right
completed
hand.
your qualifications.
A graduations officer
To you we say,
will then indicate to you
Hala
where you
hala.
need to wait at the bottom of the
To
stairs.
all our graduates
and
and
when you may
Diploma
proceed
this
to go up
ceremony,
to the stage
please
and
pay
stand on the
attention
mat
to the
with
following
feet markers
instructions.
next to the podium.
For degree qualifications,
You will hand your seat
a
card to the
graduations
dean or
officer
college
will signal
representative.
degree candidates
Turn and
to
face
rise
the audience
and approach the
and
stage.
look towards the photographer.
You will
for
need to
your
have your
first
seat
on-stage
ticket and
photograph.
the yellow photography
The
card
dean
in your
or
right
college
hand
representative
with your hood
will
already
announce your
draped
details
over your shoulders
and hand you back your
one of the
seat card.
official photography officers
Proceed
will
towards
take
the
the yellow
registrar
photography card
standing
from
at the
you.
end of the stage.
A graduations officer will then indicate
Stop
to you
in front of the
where you need
registrar
to wait at
and
the
stand
bottom
on
of
the
the
mat
stairs
with feet
and when you may
markers.
proceed to go
Turn
up
and
onto the
face the
stage
audience.
and stand on
Your
the mat
second
with
on-stage
feet markers
photograph
next
will be
to the
taken
podium.
at that moment.
You will hand in your
Leave the
seat card
stage
to
by
the
the stairs
dean or
closest
college
to the registrar.
representative. Turn
Proceed
and face
to the
the
table
audience
on the far
and
right
look
of the
towards the
stage
photographer
to receive
for
your
your first
certificate.
on-stage photograph.
After receiving your
The
certificate,
dean or college
proceed down the
representative
stairs to the
will
foyer
announce
area
your details
where a
and
head
hand you
and
back your
shoulders
seat
photograph
card.
will be taken.
You will then proceed
You will
towards
then
the
be
Chancellor,
directed to
Vice
return to your
Chancellor
seat.
or acting Vice Chancellor.
We hope that you
and
will
kneel
enjoy
with
this
your right
occasion.
knee on the stool. At this point, your degree will be conferred. You will then proceed to the next official who will congratulate you by shaking your hand. Continue towards the registrar standing at the end of the stage. Turn and face the audience and remember to stand on the mat with feet markers in front of the registrar
University of South
and
Africa
smile for the camera.
prides itself
A
for
second
being the
on-stage
African
photograph
university
will be taken at that
shaping
moment.
futures in the
Leave the
service
stage
of
by the
humanity.
stairs closest to the
We
registrar.
congratulate all our
Proceed
students
to the table
for
at the
having
far
walked
right
this journey
to
with
receive your
us.
certificate.
And today,
After receiving your
celebrate
certificate,
for
proceed
having
down the
successfully
stairs to the
completed your
foyer area
qualifications.
where a head and shoulders
you we
photograph
say,
will be taken.
Hala hala.
You will then be directed
To all our
return to your
graduates and
seat.
diplomandi in this ceremony, please pay
For
attention to
postgraduate
the
and
following
undergraduate
instructions.
diploma candidates,
For
you
degree
will also be
qualifications,
wearing your hoods before
a
entering the
graduations
hall.
officer
You will be signaled by a
degree
graduations
candidates
officer
to rise and approach
the stage.
You
will need to have your seat ticket and
in
the
your
yellow
right hand
photography card
with your hood
in your right
already
hand.
draped over your shoulders. A
Graduations officer will then indicate to you where you need to wait at the bottom of the stairs and when you may proceed to go up to the stage and stand on the mat with feet markers next to the podium. You will hand your seat card to the dean or college representative. Turn and face the audience and look towards the photographer for your first on-stage photograph. The dean or college representative will announce your details and hand you back your seat card. Proceed towards the registrar standing at the end of the stage. Stop in front of the registrar and stand on the mat with feet markers. Turn and face the audience. Your second on-stage photograph will be taken at that moment. Leave the stage by the stairs closest to the registrar. Proceed to the table on the far right of the stage to receive your certificate. After receiving your certificate, proceed down the stairs to the foyer area where a head and shoulders photograph will be taken. You will then be directed to return to your seat. We hope that you will enjoy this occasion. The University of South Africa prides itself for being the African university, shaping futures in the service of humanity. We congratulate all our students for having walked this journey with us. And today, we celebrate you for having successfully completed your qualifications. To you we say, Halala. To all our graduates and diplomandi in this ceremony, please pay attention to the following instructions. For degree qualifications, a graduations officer will signal degree candidates to rise and approach the stage. You will need to have your seat ticket and the yellow photography card in your right hand with your hood already draped over your shoulders. One of the official photography officers will take the yellow photography card from you. A graduations officer will then indicate to you where you need to wait at the bottom of the stairs and when you may proceed to go up onto the stage and stand on the mat with feet markers next to the podium. You will hand in your seat card to the dean or college representative. Turn and face the audience and look towards the photographer for your first on-stage photograph. The dean or college representative will announce your details and hand you back your seat card. You will then proceed towards the Chancellor, Vice Chancellor or Acting Vice Chancellor and kneel with your right knee on the stool. At this point, your degree will be conferred. You will then proceed to the next official who will congratulate you by shaking your hand. Continue towards the registrar standing at the end of the stage. Turn and face the audience and remember to stand on the mat with feet markers in front of the registrar and smile for the camera. A second on-stage photograph will be taken at that moment. Leave the stage by the stairs closest to the registrar. Proceed to the table at the far right to receive your certificate. After receiving your certificate, proceed down the stairs to the foyer area where a head and shoulders photograph will be taken. You will then be directed to return to your seat. For postgraduate and undergraduate diploma candidates, you will also be wearing your hoods before entering the hall. You will be signaled by a graduations officer to rise and approach the stage. You need to have your seat ticket and the yellow photography card in your right hand. A graduations officer will then indicate to you where you need to wait at the bottom of the stairs and when you may proceed to go up to the stage and stand on the mat with feet markers next to the podium. You will hand your seat card to the dean or college representative. Turn and face the audience and look towards the photographer for your first on-stage photograph. The dean or college representative will announce your details and hand you back your seat card. Proceed towards the registrar standing at the end of the stage. Stop in front of the registrar and stand on the mat with feet markers. Turn and face the audience. Your second on-stage photograph will be taken at that moment. Leave the stage by the stairs closest to the registrar. Proceed to the table on the far right of the stage to receive your certificate. After receiving your certificate, proceed down the stairs to the foyer area where a head and shoulders photograph will be taken. You will then be directed to return to your seat. We hope that you will enjoy this occasion. The University of South Africa prides itself for being the African university, shaping futures in the service of humanity. We congratulate all our students for having walked this journey with us. And today, we celebrate you for having successfully completed your qualifications. To you we say, Halala. To all our graduates and diplomandi in this ceremony, please pay attention to the following instructions. For degree qualifications, a graduations officer will signal degree candidates to rise and approach the stage. You will need to have your seat ticket and the yellow photography card in your right hand with your hood already draped over your shoulders. One of the official photography officers will take the yellow photography card from you. A graduations officer will then indicate to you where you need to wait at the bottom of the stairs and when you may proceed to go up onto the stage and stand on the mat with feet markers next to the podium. You will hand in your seat card to the dean or college representative. Turn and face the audience and look towards the photographer for your first on-stage photograph. The dean or college representative will announce your details and hand you back your seat card. You will then proceed towards the Chancellor, Vice Chancellor or Acting Vice Chancellor and kneel with your right knee on the stool. At this point, your degree will be conferred. You will then proceed to the next official who will congratulate you by shaking your hand. Continue towards the registrar standing at the end of the stage. Turn and face the audience and remember to stand on the mat with feet markers in front of the registrar and smile for the camera. A second on-stage photograph will be taken at that moment. Leave the stage by the stairs closest to the registrar. Proceed to the table at the far right to receive your certificate. After receiving your certificate, proceed down the stairs to the foyer area where a head and shoulders photograph will be taken. You will then be directed to return to your seat. For postgraduate and undergraduate diploma candidates, you will also be wearing your hoods before entering the hall. You will be signaled by a graduations officer to rise and approach the stage. You need to have your seat ticket and the yellow photography card in your right hand. A graduations officer will then indicate to you where you need to wait at the bottom of the stairs and when you may proceed to go up to the stage and stand on the mat with feet markers next to the podium. You will hand your seat card to the dean or college representative. Turn and face the audience and look towards the photographer for your first on-stage photograph. The dean or college representative will announce your details and hand you back your seat card. Proceed towards the registrar standing at the end of the stage. Stop in front of the registrar and stand on the mat with feet markers. Turn and face the audience. Your second on-stage photograph will be taken at that moment. Leave the stage by the stairs closest to the registrar. Proceed to the table on the far right of the stage to receive your certificate. After receiving your certificate, proceed down the stairs to the foyer area where a head and shoulders photograph will be taken. You will then be directed to return to your seat. We hope that you will enjoy this occasion. The University of South Africa prides itself for being the African university, shaping futures in the service of humanity. We congratulate all our students for having walked this journey with us. And today, we celebrate you for having successfully completed your qualifications. To you we say, Halala. To all our graduates and diplomandi in this ceremony, please pay attention to the following instructions. For degree qualifications, a graduations officer will signal degree candidates to rise and approach the stage. You will need to have your seat ticket and the yellow photography card in your right hand with your hood already draped over your shoulders. one of the official photography officers will take the yellow photography card from you. A graduations officer will then indicate to you where you need to wait at the bottom of the stairs and when you may proceed to go up onto the stage and stand on the mat with feet markers next to the podium. You will hand in your seat card to the dean or college representative. Turn and face the audience and look towards the photographer for your first on-stage photograph. The dean or college representative will announce your details and hand you back your seat card. You will then proceed towards the Chancellor, Vice Chancellor or Acting Vice Chancellor and kneel with your right knee on the stool. At this point, your degree will be conferred. You will then proceed to the next official who will congratulate you by shaking your hand. Continue towards the registrar standing at the end of the stage. Turn and face the audience and remember to stand on the mat with feet markers in front of the registrar and smile for the camera. A second on-stage photograph will be taken at that moment. Leave the stage by the stairs closest to the registrar. Proceed to the table at the far right to receive your certificate. After receiving your certificate, proceed down the stairs to the foyer area where a head and shoulders photograph will be taken. You will then be directed to return to your seat. For postgraduate and undergraduate diploma candidates, you will also be wearing your hoods before entering the hall. You will be signaled by a graduations officer to rise and approach the stage. You need to have your seat ticket and the yellow photography card in your right hand. A graduations officer will then indicate to you where you need to wait at the bottom of the stairs and when you may proceed to go up to the stage and stand on the mat with feet markers next to the podium. You will hand your seat card to the dean or college representative. Turn and face the audience and look towards the photographer for your first on-stage photograph. The dean or college representative will announce your details and hand you back your seat card. Proceed towards the registrar standing at the end of the stage. Stop in front of the registrar and stand on the mat with feet markers. Turn and face the audience. Your second on-stage photograph will be taken at that moment. Leave the stage by the stairs closest to the registrar. Proceed to the table on the far right of the stage to receive your certificate. After receiving your certificate, proceed down the stairs to the foyer area where a head and shoulders photograph will be taken. You will then be directed to return to your seat. We hope that you will enjoy this occasion. The University of South Africa prides itself for being the African university, shaping futures in the service of humanity. We congratulate all our students for having walked this journey with us. And today, we celebrate you for having successfully completed your qualifications. To you we say, Halala. To all our graduates and diplomandi in this ceremony, please pay attention to the following.
virtues of the powers vested upon me this morning as the acting Vice Chancellor, I constitute this gathering a congregation of the University of South Africa. Ladies and girls, boys and men, we request you to join us in a silent prayer or meditation as we cast our eyes on our deity, whoever your deity is, as we are giving thanks for the achievements that are being celebrated on this occasion. Will you go in a silent prayer, please? Thank you. You may be seated. Before we start, could we just take about 5 seconds, take out our cell phones? I'm actually doing the same. We're dedicating this time to our mobile devices, and put them on silent, please. Tend to interfere with our proceedings, processes, and our systems because we're recording for the World Wide Web. The Chancellor in his absentia, His Excellency Dr. Thabo Mbeki, members of Council and their partners, many of whom are watching us online on YouTube right now, the Vice Chancellor and Principal of UNISA in absentia, Professor Linkabula, graduates, family members, parents, sisters, brothers, children, grandparents, cousins, aunts, uncles, friends, loved ones, and beloved in-laws. Management of UNISA at various levels, that some of whom we have this morning, the academic procession, guardians, supporters, funders, and our proud UNISA alumni. And at the heart of today's celebration, you, a graduating class of 2025, Molweni, Tobelang, Abuan, oh, that will be Eastern Cape for you, Tumelang, good morning, Jambo, all protocol observed. Ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, and most importantly again, our proud graduates and your loved ones, it's my singular honor and privilege to welcome you to this momentous graduation ceremony of the University of South Africa. My name is Professor Tenjiwe Meyiwa. I'm the Vice Principal for Research, Postgraduate Studies, Innovation and Commercialization. I stand before you today humbly and proudly as the acting Vice Chancellor, representing our esteemed Vice Chancellor and Principal, Professor Puleng Linkabula, who sends her warm wishes and heartfelt congratulations. She could not be present this morning. She is serving elsewhere for UNISA. I also serve on behalf of the Chancellor, His Excellency Dr. Thabo Mbeki, who also conveys his regrets for not being present but joins us in spirit as we celebrate you. Mbeki is very important because he's the custodian of graduations. I'm proud to be representing him this morning. We are gathered not only to mark the culmination of academic journeys, graduates, but to honor your perseverance, tenacity, to honor your dreams. Therefore, a special word of gratitude, although I shall get back to this later at the end of the ceremony, goes to your families, the parents, your siblings, children, grandparents, all that are listed earlier on. I list that long because I know how they are so important to us. They make the system that have led us to be here. Thank you, graduates, for walking this journey with UNISA, us, part of my representative on the stage, but also thank you, family, for walking this journey with our graduates. Your support is woven in the degrees we're about to confer today. It's woven in the diplomas we're about to confer this morning. Graduates, you've walked a difficult and meaningful journey, often in the face of combating responsibilities, personal sacrifice, and national and global challenges. We know we live in such a challenged world. Just this morning, another airstrikes on Iran. What can you say? We don't talk much about Ethiopia. There's war in Ethiopia. Let me just digress a bit. One of my doctoral students was graduating yesterday. He couldn't come because of the war in the northern part of Ethiopia. We don't talk about African wars, but that's a debate for another day. But you've survived all those kinds of challenges, and we're proud of you for having done that. Today, you've prevailed. You demonstrate today. You stand here with a transformed life. You're very lucky graduates that you're graduating this cohort. You're graduating the month of June. The month of June is significant for UNISA. We are 153 years old this year. We were born in 1873 on the 26th of June, in the month in which you graduate. So we're making memories here. I forgot to say you look gorgeous. Wow, those years. You look good. Thank you for taking yourselves as seriously as we take you. You are change makers, you are dreamers and doers, you are Africa's promise fulfilled. This morning, we are graduating a lot of 2025 graduates. In the past, we've had about more or less 50,000 students that we graduate, not that we have on our books. This year, anticipate that number to come to 70,000. So this is momentous for us and for a UNISA that's 150 years strong. It's a true mega university. We're close to 500,000 students, and we have campuses around the country, regions, learning centers that stretch indeed within the country but beyond. Truly, the world is our campus. Just a bit of what's going to happen this morning. We should have about 2.5 hours. We request everybody in the hall. It is actually mandatory, it's compulsory, it is expected that everybody stays in the hall until the very last graduate walks the red carpet. The very first one, the two about to be doctors who belong to me because postgraduate studies are mine. Thank you for making sure that I keep my job. Important as you are, the very last graduate is also important. We expect you to be in the hall for the entire time. We are managing our security officers to ensure that they do their work, so don't test them. The ceremony has 6 parts. I'll only talk about the first 3. The other ones happen after you've walked the graduation stage. It's this formal welcome that I'm about to end on. The second one is the Chancellor's address, His Excellency Dr. Thabo Mvuyelwa Mbeki asked that Professor Kyali presents his speech. So the second part shall be the Chancellor's address. And then the third part shall be what you've dressed up for, Nina, the graduation stage. We've put the red carpet for you. Each one of you shall have their red carpet moment. Seize the moment. We're recording, remember? This is on the World Wide Web. We're recording for your great-grandchildren to see this. Hopefully, you'll make them come to UNISA, to sustain UNISA, but to make us to be a mega university forever. We have a number of cameras that we've spent a lot of money on. So when you get here, you'll see the feet, what looks like shoes. When you get here, now our graduates, you will have been told this, but we have a number of graduates that do their own thing. Now listen carefully. And those that actually have empty chairs next to you, some have a tendency of coming late. Thank you for being on time, by the way. Do tell them that when they get here, they must face the audience, not my colleague who shall be here. Huh? Face the audience. The colleague here knows, we've known you for too long, although we should have said it's good to finally meet you face to face. But we know you, face the audience, we want to record, those cameras are there for that. As our colleagues read out your names, we request that we celebrate, but when each graduate is up here, when her name is read, let's stop celebrating because we want to record the exact full name of the graduate on our World Wide Web. We're creating memories here. Family, please don't spoil each graduate's names being recorded on the YouTube. Okay? Celebrate, we're here indeed to celebrate. You get here, your name gets called, you take your piece of paper that you have on you with your name on it, you walk down to where I was standing, and of course you do the walk as you walk here properly. Speedily, we only have to do all of these, it's 6 elements of the ceremony. All of this must be done within 2 and 15 maximum and a half hours because we have another ceremony coming up midday. You walk down quickly with style, facing the audience because we're recording you, but don't trip. You get to where I was standing. I will be seated at that time. Before where I was standing, you'll see there's a kneel-la. We call that a kneel-la because if you're getting your degree today, you kneel on that kneel-la, 1 knee or 2 knees, for me to tap you on your meta board for you to receive your degree. Okay? But if you're having a diploma, be it a postgraduate diploma or an undergraduate diploma, we'll do that some other time when you get the degree. You pass. No, it's very important. I mean, all qualifications are important. It's just tradition. Yeah, it's just tradition. It's only for the degree that we're doing that this morning. Therefore, just remember all of that, and then because we see you face to face for the first time, many of you today, we celebrate you further next to where I shall be standing or sitting. Somebody shall be celebrating much more, okay? Through shaking hands, whatever, but to celebrate you. Further down, you go to where the registrar shall be being represented this morning by Dr. Muloja, where she shall be hooding. But the hooding is already done, but for the pictures, when you are at the registrar, face the front again. Remember that the audience, us here, are not important. It's the cameras and the audience. We want to capture that. Don't spoil our archives, please. And ensure that there's nothing sticking out of your teeth or ears or anything like that. I'm doing this work with these colleagues. You probably will not remember them, but the reason I'm calling them out is because we're recording memories. You want to, when you are a great-grandmom or umakhulu, gubutatamkhulu, you go to this recording. Oh, these were the people that were present from UNISA on my big day on the 25th of June. From management, that is extended management, we have Dr. Muloja, who, on behalf of the registrar, who's registered this day. We have Dr. Forbe, Executive Director within Estate and Operations. From the college representatives, from the College of Law, we have Professor Manamela. From the College of Human Sciences, we have Professor Mashao and Professor Kyali. Professor Kyali is also the Chancellor's spokesperson this morning. From the College of Economic and Management Sciences, with Professor Mulauzi. And from the College of Education, we have Professor Munyayi and Professor Pushoko. We also have colleagues who are from the region who make up the procession. Dr. Prince, Mr. Nundu, and Ms. Somtse. We also have Mrs. Ramushwane. From the College of Accounting Sciences, we have Dr. Nobaki, as well as we have Dr. Dehart. Colleagues, graduates, audience, we're now going to move on to the second part of our session. Thank you.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, Professor Tenjiwe Meyiwa, college representatives, including deans, deputy deans, directors of school from different colleges, fellow colleagues, including the professoriate, and of course other academics. And of course parents, guardians, family members, and most importantly, graduates. Good morning to everyone. Molweni Mondi. Lo uthethayo phambi kwenu ngokatyhali litshawe kwisizwe semingcangathelo umhlaba wasedikini camakwini bantu abamdaka. I would like to start off by saying congratulations to the graduates that are gathered here in our midst this morning. All of you have stuck to the course, have kept the promises that you all individually made to yourselves, and of course, moving forward, you are about to reap the benefits of having completed your studies. It is thus safe to say that a great and a bright future lies ahead. Liqaqambile ikamva lenu. I am honored to have this opportunity, an opportunity to deliver the Chancellor's address in front of all of you this morning. We are of course gathered here to confer degrees, diplomas, and certificates this morning. A graduation ceremony is of course the single most joyous moment in the university's calendar. It is one occasion where one witnesses not only the joy of graduates, but most importantly, where one observes the quiet pride of parents, guardians, families of friends, as they bask in the wonderful moment of achievement by their loved one. It is really a wonderful thing to bear witness to the joy that comes with the graduation season. Someone who has been with this university for many, many years, I am most filled with pride when I observe how students are rewarded for the many years of sleepless nights and hard work. And yes, we should celebrate graduations because in this country, it is really a big deal to be a university graduate. This graduation season, UNISA, the University of the Land, University of South Africa, is conferring over 40,000 qualifications. These colleagues and friends are over 40,000 faces who stride in front of the Chancellor, the VC, or the acting VC to receive their qualifications. It is over 40,000 people whose work, sweat, and sacrifices gets to be acknowledged by the university. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I have themed my talk around the importance of education this morning. I have titled my talk, Qualifications Matter, Education Matters. But the question is why? Why would I state the obvious? After all, we are gathered at a university, and all of us here should at least have an idea on the importance of formal education and training. However, in a country with a chronic unemployment problem and a serious challenge of corruption, society may be reduced to question the value of qualifications, training, and education in general. Reality on the ground is, however, that South Africa is not faring well when it comes to the attainment of formal tertiary qualifications. And thus, there is increased pressure on the country and universities to do a better job in increasing the number of graduates so that the country can claim its middle income status with a bit more confidence. And so, what is the state of affairs at the moment when it comes to our post-school education sector? 3 important reports allow us to make bold claims about the value of formal training and higher education in South Africa. That is the recent Stats SA report, the trends analysis of the attainment of the NDP targets, and the latest post-school education and training monitor report. This morning, I have taken the liberty of focusing particularly on the latest post-school education training monitor, and particularly its macro indicators, trends analysis. The report indicates that though the education levels of the South African population have increased significantly over the past decade, only 6% of adults have a degree. In this regard, South Africa fares very poorly in comparison to other middle-income countries, thereby compromising its international economic competitiveness. So when we further analyze the 6%, we begin to have a further picture of other variables in so much as they are affecting the figures of formal tertiary education and training in South Africa. So among South African adults who have a degree, many more females than males are degree holders, with 52.3% versus 47.7%. The Post-School Education and Training Monitor further notes, and I quote, predictably, less Black African people have degrees compared to other races. The figures as highlighted by the Post-School Education and Training Monitor are a cause for concern, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. They also illustrate the sheer amount of work that lies ahead for our society as a whole. Although the number of doctoral graduates in the population has increased consistently and significantly over the past decade, reaching 59 graduates per million in 2019, given the current trends, we are told that it is unlikely that the National Development Plan target of more than 100 doctoral graduates per million of people will be reached by 2030. Yes, universities have done tremendous work, and in most instances with limited resources, but a 6% degree attainment percentage for a middle-income country is a limited achievement. And of course, the blame is not only on universities. This thing is much complex. With a bit more time, it could be better contextualized. However, these statistics are crucial in understanding the value of formal training and higher education for any society. In terms of the education, labor market, and employment trends, the report indicates over the last decade, the highest level of education attainment among South African adults correlated with higher employment rates. In other words, formal training and higher education provides good returns for individuals. The time that you have spent at UNISA in the last 3, 4, 5, 6, and hopefully not 7, but it doesn't matter, will be rewarded. Whether in the short term or the long term, the fact of the matter is that your qualification attainment journey will be rewarded. Thus, you are much, much better off when you have a formal qualification than when you don't. In spite of the depressing unemployment rate in South Africa, you are still much better off when you have a formal qualification. This is because formal university qualifications improve the chances of attaining employment and accessing better wages. The median wages of workers with a degree are more than 6 times as large as those of workers without a matric qualification. While the gender gap in median wages favors males over females, at all levels of education, this gap is proportionally smallest among workers who are more educated. And this is across the race divide, and similar patterns applied. And so as I conclude, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the above can only mean one thing, that your qualifications matter and that formal quality higher education matters. And so as you will embark in your respective journeys from today, and as you will face the many challenges that come with entering the job market, I hope that these words, your qualifications matter, your education matters, will be a source of comfort. I thank you, Tamagwin.
Thank you, Professor Chialim. How befitting for this day and the importance of education. As you say, that education matters, but importantly so, formal education. And much more crucially, formal higher education training, leading to good returns, leading possibly to soft life. At this stage, I think we actually have this challenge of graduates who come late. Could you just bear with us a bit to allow them to come in so that they don't disturb your red carpet moments? We don't have any, we can continue. Well done, East London, you're different. We will need to start. Please settle down, walk in quietly. Time is against us. For the graduates that have come in late and the family members that have come in late, please be informed that it is compulsory to stay for the entire ceremony until we dissolve the congregation. Security officers will not allow you to go out. Please don't try them. By the virtues of the powers entrusted upon me this morning as the acting Vice Chancellor, I shall now proceed to confer the degrees and diplomas of the university on the candidates whose names appear in the program, and I request the representatives of the colleges to present the candidates to me. Colleagues.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to introduce to you Dumaza Faku for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. I was the candidate's supervisor, and I will now read the citation in support of the conferment of the degree. In her thesis entitled A Teacher-Centric and Holistic Framework for Improved Well-Being of Public School Teachers in the Eastern Cape Province, she investigates a range of factors that affect the well-being of public school teachers with the aim of developing a teacher-centric and holistic framework. A post-positivist paradigm and a mixed method approach rooted in a sequential explanatory design were adopted for the study. The data collected were analyzed both quantitatively and qualitatively by means of various statistical tests and thematic analysis. The findings of the study indicate that teachers in the Eastern Cape are inefficiently equipped to manage the psychosocial challenges they face in public schools. This study makes a valuable contribution by proposing a teacher-centric and holistic framework that can be used to improve the well-being of public school teachers in the Eastern Cape. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer on Dumaza Faku the degree of Doctor of Philosophy.
I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy on Dumaza Faku. Congratulations, Dr. Faku.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to introduce to you Nandi Pa Megan Sishuba for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. The candidate supervisor was Professor S. Grobler, and it is my honor now to read the citation in support of the conferment of the degree. In her thesis titled The Moderating Role of Personality in the Relationship between Occupational Stress and Work-Life Balance in the South African Public Sector, she examines the relationship between occupational stress and work-life balance among public sector managers in South Africa, identifying personality factors as moderators, categorizing sources of stress, exploring demographic differences, and suggesting stress management strategies. This study informs the development of stress management and work-life balance strategies in the public sector by highlighting the personality traits that support the effective management of occupational stress and the attainment of work-life balance. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, I have the honor to request you to confer on Nandi Pa Megan Sishuba the degree of Doctor of Philosophy.
I confer the degree of Doctor of Philosophy on Nandipa Megan Sishuba. Congratulations, Dr. Sishuba.
Apologies. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Master of Education. Honest Munzwa. Mavis Tolom. Humeza Willem.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, Mandy Miller receives the degree of Master of Laws. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, Bulelwa Zingwe receives the degree of Master of Arts. The degree is obtained with distinction.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Theology Honours. Vandla Sazi Mabaso, the degree is obtained with distinction. Vuyani Gladstone Mati. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Arts Honours. Snazo Baban. Amanda Samantha Bai. Lorna Olwetu Keng. Julia Genevieve John Kemen, the degree is obtained with distinction. Akenga Alika. Anika de la Fontaine. She's the sister of the next candidate. Frida de la Fontaine. Farida de la Fontaine. Mona Lisa Duda. Humza Portia Faku. Auk Liebenberg, degree obtained with distinction. Ntombi Fikile Makaka. Tandile Mangaliso. Sinesha Jody Marshall. Kikizwa Masiza. Asande Ngobile Mkhunu. Mpumzi Mkiko. Unathi Mhlanga. Spiwe Ellen Mtimunyi. Linda Nai. Vusiswa Nganya. Kolelwa Constance Ngele. Nokthula Sheli Nkwalas. Zameka Palmer. Laetitia Tiffany Pillay. Dylan Stephen Porter, degree obtained with distinction. Omar Salat Sajad, degree obtained with distinction. Tabeka Zanele Tanga, degree obtained with distinction. Andrea Walsh, degree obtained with distinction. Mihlali Pilasangde Kengo. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree Bachelor of Information Science Honors. Zukiswa Beauty Petse, degree obtained with distinction. Nosphiwo Sonkonga.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Commerce Honours. Rose Marie Lee Catherine Kutsie, degree obtained with distinction. Kristen Tarine Godard, degree obtained with distinction. Buntukazi Ayabonga Qiba. Beata Gianre Jonathan. Sisipo K, degree obtained with distinction. Mihlali Kahlela. Thandeka Miriam Kolele. Sinokuhle Thandolwethu Kose. Nangamso Lukomo, degree obtained with distinction. Yonela Makala. Sidwell Lizo Makoko. Hlela Faith Mbelwa. Lusanda Mgengo. Asake Siziphiwe Mtsana. Pumla Mzansi. Kylene Madison Neveling. Likhanyise Zabathembu Nqoleka. Tozama Seyisi. Putmani Sikangwe, degree obtained with distinction. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Administration Honours. Nandi Pajoni. Zianda Natasha Tsutsu.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Education Honours. Sunay Echlers. Patricia Rosemary Lakay. Pumla Nositle Magwaza. Noktula Mzimkulu.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, Pumelela Koseni received the degree of Baccalaureus Technologia. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Administration. Siyapambili Mcekana. Aviwe Sicishe. Nomalisa Mavis Butlungu. Masivuye Ndamase. Nomthandazo Ndeleni. Sisanda Naleni. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, Tabisa Caroline Panda receives the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Commerce. Roxana Hill. Karabo Ntabiseng Marule. Rocher Bernard Barnett. Denver Garth Beck. Yvette Gillian Delport. Mzwandile Wandile Tlabisa. Zamkita Kandieza. Zenilinde Kibi, degree is obtained with distinction. Kuriso Douglas Lereme. Pumza Mabija. Kukezwa Audrey Mabusela Madyungu. Sisipho Mayo. Lithalethu Tobeka Mbane. Lwando Mgijima. Sinoyolo Mkile. Amanda Mngeni. Cindy Swamona. Mamela Mcingo. Phyllis Muvimwa. Nwabisa Zola Ndongeni. Sindile Noqala. Heidi Deborah Pinches. Lindisiwe Sicheke. Linamandla Taku. Jaime Christine van Rooyen, degree is obtained with distinction.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, Tembelani Hamilton Dingani receives the degree of Baccalaureus Technologiae. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Laws. Ntombi Fikile Bekebu. Bridget Nicole Bettel. McDonald Lukuzo Bovunga. Osman Demain. Uthman Demain. Jonil Daisel. Ongama Dudula. Waynand Dubry. David Jefter. Avile Bambiselo Nganga. Lich Sherika Gruner. Sibusiso Kwayi. Sibusisiwe Kwayi. Mpendulo Herbert Gwesha. Sasha Ariel Hen. Brian Jacobs. Cornwell Angelo Johnson. Odete Joha obtains the degree with distinction. Dalen Jordan. Zara Zakia Kara. Yanga Koko. Lucien Catherine Lamine. Mbuyiseli Happy Boy Lolwana. Michelle Lotta. Amanda Makaula. Qinyisisa Ngokolo Mantile. Catherine Marie MC Donald. Dashan Noel Mitchley. Zizamele Zamza Ngangeni. Manelisi Mto. Sikumile Nonsokweni. Lungile Derek Nontwana. Ondela Nzuzo. Sharney Oosthuizen. Mzukisi Patekile. Martha Aleta Ruos. Sianda Singwinta. Sive Silimele. Vuyolwetu Spondo. Sipesihle Tom. Tiffany Travel. Vuyiseka Beverly Chem. Vuyani Twani. Brandon Welsh. Sibono Kuse Bart obtains the degree with distinction. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Zimgita Belinda Jubere. Adri Diana Hussein. Tobile Precious Satswayo. Kayla Holtz Hazen. Nokaya Mkizwana. Anam Not Chiawa. Lihleli Kamve Lihle Tulwana. Lone van Vieren.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Information Science. Anati Annelene Deliwe. Swongile Kwinda. Snazo Lupus. Tembakazi Pearl Nonkonyana. Sipokazi Unite Siwisa. Madam, thank you. Thank you. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Vuyiseka Ganqo. Kensani Fanisa Kwank. Chinason Nwabile Madonji. Siyamthanda Mahlakant. Unathi Mazaule. Lwanele Badi. Rebecca Dlulisa. Astabele Funani. Kululwa Manana. Sis. Zamela Loveness Marele. Anathi Nguwa. Mukoni Kone Mpapuli. Akule Nduku. Zimkita Mngangash. Ashley Peterson, the degree obtained with distinction. Nadine Edith Prince. Mitlali Skay. Andisiwe Jikwana. Oh. Chuleka Maureen Collis. Asive Sianda Ndai.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Education. Camila Altichero, degree obtained with distinction. Eden Lane Empa Biden. Inez Zioban Bosch. Yologasi Pingo, degree obtained with distinction. Megan Elzano Davids. Alicia Diacher. Rocher Miguel Devereux. Zandile Jani. Thandokazi Fikizolo. Nikita Sandy Khreiling, degree obtained with distinction. Jonadis Shona Han. Luzanne Herion. Shanice Louise Allenfeld. Freddie Henry Jansen. Seviano Jason. Samantha Lorisu Johnson, degree obtained with distinction. Renee Jordan, degree obtained with distinction. Candice Kaylee Kamar, degree obtained, no. Almost did. Kim Danielle Kivedo, degree obtained with distinction. Ongeziwe Sinoxolo Octavia Mafuduka. Jemin Minain Camila Machilis. Apiwe Makanda. Ntombikhona Maphetha. Lisa Marais, degree obtained with distinction. Stacy Jade Magolius. Lonwabo Mahubelela. Noxolo Mazwi. Maggie Beth McGill, degree obtained with distinction. Luhle Mandela. Alizwa Mhlana. Zilungile Mhlana. Chelsea Minto. Mandla Mjanyana. Sibone Mvo. Nosaneliso Mzwakali. Nomphuthumo Ngwane. Thumeka noHaji. Akhona Noqa. Anelisiwe Ntamehlo. Athulo Ntampu. Anita Onwabe Ntinganti. Sanelisiwe Nsondwa. St. Worsteisen, degree obtained with distinction. Damain Luke Puok, degree obtained with distinction. Ngenelwa Poswa. Please, the following car, JDD 282 EC, a Mercedes Benz Grey. Please remove the car. It is actually obstructing traffic. Nawal Sheikh Ahmad. Pengwa Sikhalakhala. Shante Kerry Smith. Kaylin Smith, degree obtained with distinction. Nwabisa Sokoni. Nosibabalo Somtwewu. Ayabonga Somzana. Robin Stevens, degree obtained with distinction. Whitney Stock. Sakila Stewart, degree obtained with distinction. Sainid Stearman, degree obtained with distinction. Phakama Dansi, Kezia Louise Demers, Ngeti Cecil Tunzi, Karina van Eck, degree obtained with distinction. Tanya van Yerden, degree obtained with distinction. Annabel van Rooyen, degree obtained with distinction. Angelique Williams, Esetu Yawa, Atenkosi Sisanda Zondani, Zotumo Zweni, Pumeza Palani, Kala Grief, Shante Caroline Kanemeyer, Tareen Masha Simons, Angelique Forcer, Megan York, Vela Shonipa Gwija, Ashley Nikita Hati, Cheslin Vincenzo Yakels, Zameka Mahomba, Helogazi Makunga, Nomputugo Brenda Maketuka, Mvuyisi Mfino, Nogutula Ngube, Cindy Jane Nomington, Chesley Jane Rijat, Noluyanda Siteto. Darren Cameron Williams. Goodson Olani Pavu. Ricardo Phillips. Mcebisi Goodman Kakela. Siabongo Yvonne Tao. Tatenda Sibusisiwe Timbukhwa.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the diploma candidates will now be introduced to you. The following candidates receive a postgraduate diploma in the College of Economic and Management Sciences. Valene Jeanette Brinkes. Pindi Makoka. Nombasa Charlie.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the postgraduate diploma in the College of Human Sciences. Asisipho Bantwini. Nontsikelelo Cekwana. Marinda Fobe. Monwabisi Magadlela. Kulani Patience Mashimbia. Miso Mieko. Khuselwa Mzangwe. Ayandiswa Poni.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive the postgraduate diploma in the College of Education. And Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, Nomnikelo Bayanda Butlungu receives the diploma with distinction. Mbali Kawa, Danielle Marie da Silva, Bukelwa Makasi, Leonie Novain,
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the diploma in the College of Human Sciences. Bulelani Ciki has obtained the diploma with distinction. Sinazo Debir. Lindokuhle Anelisa Madlingozi. Lisakhanya Mpendeni. Siyaqhama Mvana. Thulani Sifuba. Philile Promise Jwaleni.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the diploma in the College of Law. Cleo Fildanzia Andrews. Rivonia Arnolds. Bandile Lucas Bizana. Ntombi Zanele Boloti. Ntokonzo Kimberly Dangale. Ngeba Tingi. Thandisizwe Konile. Luyolo Selby Mabo. Bomigazi Mabovan. Sizwe Madukwana. Mihlali Manakaza. Zanele Mata. Bongani Matebesi. Unabile Machuku. Asanele Mtana. Vuyo lwetu nosindwa. Anati Ntabeni obtains the diploma with distinction. Kolela Mtunzi. Lizile Ngondo. Luleka Tafeni. Azile Chialadan. Aviwe Nokubonga Vitima.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive diploma in the College of Economic and Management Sciences. Sibusiso Dunusela. Brenda Lynn Andy Swaloliwe. Nolusindiso Miranda Mdingi. Koliswa Agrinet Mgongota. Sintu Ngombo. Tabisa Tani. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive a national diploma. Nomonde Mvula. Paula Ndiki.
Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, Sisonke Kabazi receives the diploma in the College of Law.
We wait for all our graduates to be seated. That's how much we value you. Without you, UNISA will not be. Thank you for making us to happen. Thank you. Thank you, colleagues, for your efficiency. We've done this below the time that I'd anticipated. Well done. We are now towards the end of our ceremony. We are working on the last 3 parts of the ceremony. This conclusion, the singing of the national anthem, which is on page 25 of your programs, and will dissolve the congregation. It is with deep honor and privilege to extend heartfelt congratulations to all our graduates from the College of Law, College of Human Sciences, College of Economic and Management Sciences, and the College of Education. I named these colleges so, as you'll have seen, ladies and gentlemen, our graduates' hoods resemble settle down. Graduates, settle down. They resemble the officiating colleagues' colors, their gold. Earning a qualification through open, distance, and e-learning is no small feat. It demands discipline, it demands resilience, and it demands sacrifice. For that, we salute you, graduates. You have survived a number of challenges, as well as the invigilation app. Congratulations. Many of your colleagues did not graduate this year or last year or next year and shall possibly never do so because they didn't survive the invigilation app. It does work and we catch you out. And also, some of you have survived the stage today through those high heels. Well done. Today you join a distinguished family of over 1 million UNISA alumni, a network that stretches within the country, the African continent, and the world beyond. We exist in 155 countries. You are part of a remarkable cohort. We are called a campus of the world for no small feat. Many of you are UNISA alumni already. Some of you join what we refer to as the Unisens. You are now a Unisen. Many Unisens around the world shape the world, that is our graduates. A number of whom that I'll start off with come from this province. The very first president of the Republic, the Democratic Republic, Nelson Mandela, he himself, may his soul rest in peace, we trained him. He's a Unisen. The Chancellor of the University, His Excellency Dr. Thabo Mvuyelwa Mbeki, he's a Unisen from this province, we trained him. The current president, Cyril Ramaphosa, we trained him. We also trained a number of struggle heroes, having been privileged to be the very first university to afford access to higher education behind the prison cells. Some of whom are those that I've made mention of. Archbishop Emeritus Desmond Tutu, may his soul rest in peace, from this province, we trained him. Robert Mugabe, we trained him. How he turned out to be, we can't take responsibility for that, but we trained him. We like the fact that he He was a very critical thinker. We've trained very critical thinkers, amongst whom, of course, is Uncle Bob, but also one of whom is the current president of the EFF, Julius Malema, because of our training colleagues, right? We can't take responsibility for what they say, though, eh? But they're critical thinkers. They challenge us deeply. We've also trained a number of people. I like saying this. My colleagues would probably say it's a bore, but some of you will probably hear this for the first time. UNISA exists in every bank account and in every purse, in every money purse and pocket of every person who holds the rand. The person whose head is in that note is a Unison Mandela, trained by University of South Africa. We also have trained the current Minister of Finance, Enoch Godongane. The fact that he got his budget passed that time around, we can't take responsibility for that, but we trained him. The previous Minister of Finance, Trevor Manuel, who possibly some of you are quite young, wouldn't remember him, but during his time, the country enjoyed a boom economically. We trained. It's because we had trained him. We have also trained the guy who signs your money. That is the governor of the Reserve Bank, Lesija Kganyago. We trained him. Recently, in the recent past, he's lowered interest rate like 4 times because of our training colleagues. We've also trained the very first ever woman to serve as the governor of the Reserve Bank, Julius Marcus. We trained her. The reason I'm listing all these eminent, of course, eminent as you are and you shall be, is because of what we expect of you as you receive this qualification from UNISA. We expect you to hold the university flag very high, to be ethical, not to be involved in corruption, to do things that will not put the name of the university down, to also ensure that you hold people accountable and do what is good. Just like some of the unisons we've heard before, like Ahmad Kathrada, politician whom, if you are proper South African, you'll know he stood strongly against corruption. We've also trained legal people, some of you who are actually from the College of Law, like Mogoeng, who needs no introduction, Justice Dikgang Mosenek, Justice Dapley, amongst others, and many more others. Like, for instance, we've trained the very eminent woman who served as the public protector, Thuli Madonsela. It's because we had trained her. We've trained also the very first woman to receive a degree, Charlotte Maxeke, from this province, etc., etc. We expect you, as you take this qualification forward, to remember that we expect a lot of work from you with that qualification. It shouldn't just be a piece of paper, but change the world with that qualification. We believe that we've armed you to be able to do so. Hence, we look up to you to do good. We also invite you to return to the university, a great university, to pursue your honors, your degrees, your master's degrees, those that are not there, your doctoral qualifications. We would like to have your red gowned, each and every one of you. We won't let you go until you're red gowned, yeah? As you look forward further into the future, we know that, as Prof. Charlie made reference to earlier on, in fact that employment is quite a challenge in this country. But within the university, and I'm proud to say, Inhlanyelo Hub reports to me, we have an Inhlanyelo Hub, Innovation Hub, that offers platforms for entrepreneurship, for mentorship, for practical business opportunities to help you transition from learning to leading to build up your own companies. Please look us up on the www.unisa.ac.za. Now, as I move closer to this closing, before we express gratitude, I want to quote a prominent South African renowned Albertina Sisulu, the woman who underscored the importance of personal accountability, the importance of acting in accordance with integrity. She says, I open quote, through life, I've learned that the most important critic whose judgment of my actions matters is my conscience, a close quote. Let your conscience lead you in your business, in your working world, in how you relate to people and treat people. By this statement, we call you graduates to act in accordance with ethical values, as I said earlier. May your success always be anchored in integrity. Now, the part that I want to come back to is that of gratitude. Without the people who are gracing you, your ceremony this morning, you will not have been here. It is this reason that Oprah Winfrey often emphasizes the importance of gratitude, frequently stating that focusing on what you have rather than what you lack leads to more abundance and more positive outlook. And therefore, in the spirit of appreciation and thanksgiving, we wish to offer a vote of thanks to these people without whom this graduation will not have happened. That is the graduation office, of course, today having the registrar acting, who's the director of this province, that is Dr. Mloja. We also want to express gratitude to colleagues of the Department of Institutional Advancement who ensure that the marketing, the corporate affairs of the university and communicating with you happens accordingly. We also want to thank colleagues in the Department of Facilities Management, without whom we would not have been able to do, or even you will not be hearing us, as well as want to thank the Multimedia Center, who are hard at work right now, capturing everything that we're doing to ensure that by the end of this ceremony, everything is up on the World Wide Web. I want to also thank the Department of Human Resources, the Emergency Rescue and Wellness and Clinic colleagues who ensure that should there be anything that happens to you, they jump and ensure that you are attended to. And the East London Regional Office, who have made and contributed to the existence of this ceremony. Our security officers have ensured that we're safe and have ensured that we are legally abiding by what's expected of us. Now, graduates, please be on your feet right now. Stand up, please. This hall is actually structured differently. I want you to, part of you face back with the entire body, part of you face on your left with your entire body. Like that. Oh. Now, these are the people who've made you. We want to say thank you to these people who've supported you, who've believed in you. Say thank you to them, waving your certificates. Thank you. Thank you. Now face forward again, still on your, no, I'm not done with you. Be on your feet. Those heels should actually stand you, at least to the end. Face the front. I've brought a few colleagues here who've made you happen. Say thank you to the colleagues behind them. Thousands exist. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I present to you the class of 2025. Let's celebrate them. Thank you. Thank you. You may be seated. Okay. We're now going to dissolve the congregation, but before we do that, we will want the red gowned doctors, the new doctors, to stay behind because we still want to take more pictures and memories with you, just to get everybody to admire you. and want to get to where you are. We will sing the national anthem on page 25. We will do so when we are on our feet. Please share your celebrations, your pictures on all the websites as well as social media that exists. #UNISA. Thank you. Enkosi. By the virtue of the powers entrusted upon me this morning as the acting Vice Chancellor, dissolve this congregation of the University of South Africa.